You good, Tandy? Yeah.
Very well, thank you, Nyasha. How are you?
I've not done the intro yet. Actually, I was just
Yeah, but you
you had
asking me, so
you're doing your lip gloss. So I just wanted to make sure you were good before I started. And now I know you are. Welcome to the Quick Stop F1 podcast. My name is Nyasha, and you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. We appreciate that. Joining me, as ever, she's just done her lip gloss. She looks fantastic. Welcome, Tandy. That's you.
now I'm like, gosh,
What the hell?
stop searching me on LinkedIn.
God. Oh,
Is how I'd like to start this podcast.
Jesus.
If you listen to me on YouTube and my social handles are there, that's an invite for you to find me on those social handles. I do not need you then to Google me and find my LinkedIn, because that's weird. Now you've gone past the whole, it was fun. Now it's not fun anymore. Don't do that. Good afternoon, guys. How are you guys?
Absolutely.
What time is it right now?
Weirdo time, evidently. Evidently, there's a bunch of weirdos out here.
Do you know what I mean?
He made me choke. Right off the back, she's like checking people.
I didn't. Fair play and good men. Okay, stop being weird. Okay, you cannot be in the Quick Stop family if you're gonna be weird to my sister. Okay, we're gonna block people. I'm not on it. First and foremost, if women want to be weird in my DMs, so that is fine.
No DJ academics type shit. We're not doing that.
We definitely don't do any of that shit. Don't do any of that shit. But if there are any older women who watch F1 who have dispensable cash, want to fly me out, I cook and clean and I'm reasonable company. So keep that one in mind. But do not message Tandy. Okay, that's it. But
Wait. Sorry, guys. I feel like if I open my blinds, it might be brighter.
Okay, well, you carry on, and I'll tell people to like and subscribe.
Get that natural light.
Yeah, you get that. You know that. But look, it's not about me. It's not about Tandy. It's definitely not about you weirdos online. It is about our guest that we've got today. Very popular man with you guys the last time he came on. Actually, the best performing podcast we had this season. So we had to bring him back. It's my friend, your friend, Jay from Wolfpack Performance. How's it going, man?
Man, it's going great, man. Yeah. Great. We had an awesome ass weekend. Nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this week got to pop bottles, man. This bottle this week was looking super nice, bro.
What's that one?
And that motherfucker came with that King Brute, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, we popped that King Brute this weekend, man.
Can you explain? So for the people who don't know, because last time you came on swigging a bottle, because I think we did it directly after the race, same day. So you still had some left, but why? What is it about popping champagne? Why are you popping champagne, and what predicates you popping a bottle of champagne?
So this is how I started, man. I'm always like a person that's like positively motivating people. Like, this is a big thing. And let's be real. At the beginning, from Mercedes fans, shit was horrible. Like, people was depressed. People was sitting in corners in dark rooms under their covers. So I told people, listen.
Jay, when did you get a camera into my room? I don't know.
Man, I'm telling you, I got connects all over the world, man.
Yeah, no, wow.
That Black Ops connect, bro. I got to see. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I tell y'all what, this is what I'm going to do, because I'm telling you it's coming. We just got to be patient. I'm going to buy a bottle, and we are going to sit it. And when the day comes that Mercedes gets a podium, we will pop champagne together as they pop on the podium.
Nice.
And I said, then I'm going to one-up it every week. Every time I pop one, I'm going to go buy another one and spend more money on it. So then it ended up being that. So the first bottle was the one that y'all saw.
Yeah.
Then the next bottle we had the Moet.
Okay, nice.
And so this bottle I ordered the King Brute. So the next one I told I told my Wolfpack fam,
Yeah.
everybody that's a member, I'll put it in there and they'll get to vote on a select bottles, even if I have to order one. So I'm gonna put like the
nice.
Lamborghini collection in there, shit like that, bro. So they'll get to vote on the bottle that we buy next, especially since we got a little break coming up. So if I have to import it and it takes a little time, I should be able to get it. So it's just something for us to do positive together, man. Like, why should they only be able to pop? Russell and Lewis shouldn't be the only people be able to pop on the podium getting drunk. Like, we should be able to do that here. So that's what I do. Yeah,
that's sick. That is so cool, man. And I would implore anyone who, if you like F1, if you like motorsport in general, go check out Jay's channel. And especially, I tuned into your post race, and it's just such an energetic and cool thing that you've got going on. And your Wolfpack fam, I thought our fans were energetic and diehard, but your fans really ride out for you, and it's really cool.
they're great.
Do your fans stalk you on LinkedIn?
No, because I don't do LinkedIn. Like, I don't do it.
Wait,
But
your fans just look out for your marital status. That's
right? Yeah. You know what? That's what they do. Like, they send you a questionnaire. And then they act like they did some PI work on you, and they launch it out there like, I found this shit out. Like, no, you didn't find shit out. I just told you. You asked me, I gave you know. But that was some creepy shit. That was some creepy shit. I was kind of concerned about that. Then when it hit my other partner, I'm like, damn, man, there's some
I don't know, like if somebody leaked my like marital status, I don't know, because it's so impersonal, in it, like
it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really correlate.
It wasn't the link in the marital state. It was the light you try to bring it out in. Like, when you do investigative reporting, you're trying to find out something that somebody's hiding. Like, that's a negative spin on it. Like, it was crazy how you tried to spin it, you know, but when you just send something, you ask somebody a question like, hey, are you married? Yeah, I'm married. My best friend soulmate. And then they come out with like, yeah, this motherfucker's married, and you don't get with him, get with the other dude. Like, okay. But yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, and you know what? That is good to know. And yeah, thanks for clearing up.
Nasha, are you single or not?
He was just selling himself right then.
Okay. Oh,
I think it's implied, but look, I don't know this. I'm still going through a grieving process, so let's not make me cry on camera. Okay. So we are. Look, it's not about me. It's definitely not about me. It's definitely not about Jay's marital status. It's not about Tandy's LinkedIn. It's about you guys at home. You guys have got to like this video. You got to subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on Spotify, leave a 5-star review. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, leave a review, or any other podcast sharing app. We appreciate it all, man. Like, the numbers are running up. We're steadily becoming more and more popular, I guess. And that's great, you know, because that means we can get to do more shit for you guys. So we've got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and we can't wait to share it with you all. But that's way in the future. What we had recently was the Canadian... Actually, sorry, Tandy, if we're on that kind of smoke, oh my God, Tandy, you put a heart next to someone's name on your phone today, didn't you?
What?
Yeah, Tandy. Jay.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa. Jay. Whoa. Yeah, bruv. I was gonna take it. I was gonna. You know what? Yeah, because you really just put that on me just then, like, and that was like very bold. So I just thought, I saw your tweet. Whose heart was it? Was that your mum? Was it like your mum's? Like, did you put it next to your mum's name? Like, mother?
I put it next to your name.
Ah, nice. I know it's a yellow and black heart as well. You cutie. Back to regular scheduled programming, and we witnessed a Canadian.
I like it.
Yeah. Very cute. We witnessed a Canadian Grand Prix this weekend, which a Grand Prix of two halves, Jay. Absolutely pierced it down on Saturday, which gave us a very interesting qualifying. What are your thoughts? Oh, sorry.
You were at a wedding, and I saw you tweet, was it wet? I had a picture that clearly showed it was wet.
I had...
What was wet?
The wedding. No, the
Oh,
wedding.
He said going so many
wedding.
places. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
No,
I'm
sorry.
like, oh,
I
shit,
was
they
at a
get
wedding
really real.
watching the F1 on my phone. I think at the reception potentially. And
God.
I couldn't quite make it out. Oh, I could, but I was like, I think I was watching the pre-show, and they were under umbrellas, but I couldn't tell if it was raining. So I was like, "Is it wet?"
Right. Yeah.
And they did. So, it was wet. Thanks for confirming. Everyone on our Twitter, go follow us at QuickStopF1. Jay, what did you think of qualifying? Very mixed up grid that it produced. Any particular thoughts?
I loved it, man. I thought it was great because when it was raining, I said to myself, and I even asked my viewers when we were doing a watch along, like, if it's dry tomorrow, this is going to make for an interesting race, because when it rains, those who you expect to always do the best don't do the best in qualifying are raining. And you never know if a team's like, listen, we're going to dial it back. We're not going to risk something that we know we can make up in the race. Let's just not wreck the cars today, which is really the Haas way. You know, Haas has to have they have canceling situations. Like, they go into a whole meeting and have a psychiatrist come in and a tutor and a counselor. Like, wrecking is not really racing. That's only a NASCAR. It doesn't really work like that in Formula One. But when it rains at qualifying, man, you can see drivers that you are not typically used to seeing at pole positions. And then when it dries up on the next race day, shit's going to change. Like, you get to see, like, okay, can these drivers, if they ever had the opportunity to be in front, maintain and stay up front? How is it going to be when they start sinking towards the back of the grid? What kind of fights are we going to see? So I thought it was really interesting, especially when, rain's not going to let rubber stay down. So that makes it even better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. It was, there was some interesting, there's some interesting performances for one reason or another. Tandy, did you see qualifying?
I saw clips.
Okay. Should have asked you that off air. Actually, before I get into what I thought about certain things, Fernando Alonso, P2.
Fernando Alonso. I bet he was gassed.
It was very gassed.
I bet it was gassy. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Like, his wife would have just had it all night.
Yeah.
He'd be like, them ones where you don't want your partner to fall asleep. You're like, and did you see me?
Yeah. They're probably on the phone. She probably just had the phone on her ear, and she was just
like,
laying down.
Yeah, and he's just like, I told you I'm gonna win the race tomorrow.
I've told you, I'm still the guy.
They said I was finished.
They said I was with those quick top F1 people.
Oh my God, no.
I'm happy for his small little high.
Yeah, good. Yeah, because it was followed by incredible lows.
Who doesn't love to see Granddad smile?
No one. It would depend if your granddad was like a racist little prick, then yeah, I probably wouldn't.
Right.
I mean, no, but the grandchildren will always be like, yeah, my granddad,
Oh, okay,
he did something for us.
Yeah, he was.
So
in
you
war.
know, it's lovely. Yeah, we. It's so nice to see Granddad smile. Who doesn't love to see a pensioner smile on the bus? I do.
You know what?
I do.
Fair play, and I respect that. We're gonna get back to Alonso because we have got to dig a grave and put him back in. But
Yes.
you're still there. But Jay,
What's up?
I put out a tweet on Saturday night, and the tweet was that I felt that George Russell had chucked away a potential front row. Maybe that wasn't true, but he chucked away, I guess, potentially third, fourth, trying to get pole position basically, and he made decisions to go to slicks. On a track where it was very dry in parts, but the first two corners were extremely
Right.
What are your thoughts on it? I guess there's two schools of thoughts, right?
Mhm.
We have we have the school of thought that George was silly to do that, and maybe he just bit off more than he could chew, and maybe was that something that he should have done, or was George? I'm going to quote my friend who tweeted it because I think a lot of people agree with him. Mahad said from Pit Stop Tracker said it showed that he's got that dog in him because he was willing to take a risk for Paul. He wasn't settling for fourth place. He wanted more, and that's what you need from a top driver.
Right.
Where do you sit on that side of the debate?
When I saw it happen, I said, this motherfucker's going to take a gamble.
Mm.
And he's going to take a gamble that probably not going to pay off. The driving line was drying up in certain parts, but I guess he forgot about all them other goddamn ponds you got to drive through to get to the shit. And Slicks ain't damn doing well. So if you got your top dogs on inners, at that point in time, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because you could tell it just wasn't a legitimate gamble. Two, you going to wreck the car. He damn near did that.
Yeah.
Right. You damn near he would have been donkey of the day had he wrecked that shit. Right.
Yeah.
Like you would have been real donkey of the day. I feel like it does show a bit of I'm willing to take a risk, but it also shows a bit of recklessness in a moment where you didn't need to be desperate. Yeah. Like you've been consistent. The driving line really wasn't there. And you had to drive through two rivers. The damn track's already on a goddamn island. If there wasn't enough water around to damn promote you not to do that shit, I don't know what was. But I mean, I don't disrespect it. I don't totally hate it, but I just feel like, what the fuck for, bro? Like it wasn't gonna get you anywhere like that. I just don't think it wasn't enough there for him to really think, well, for Georgia was, for me to think that it was worth the risk. It just wasn't.
I think I'm pretty much the same Tandy.
Do you think George has got the dog in him?
Oh God.
Yeah.
I think he does. I think he does. But like, have you ever seen the film Gladiator?
No.
Yes.
So like Gladiator, the guy Gladiator, he's got that dog in him, but because he's like
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, and he's like the main character, he'll fight people and that's like Lewis Hamilton.
Right.
George Russell is kind of like
Hercules.
He's like Joaquin Phoenix's character in that his strengths are not what we would maybe perceive as strengths. Like he is, I think, and that's a bit harsh because Joaquin Phoenix's character is horrible. But basically, there's a scene in it where he's like, I have strength in other ways. And it just reminded me that he is like, the way that he's basically manipulated the British media to be like their favorite of all British drivers because he talks to them. He arrives at the paddock and he's talking to them Thursday before he's even put his bags down at the fucking garage. He's talking to Sky about stuff. After every race, he's talking to Sky. On the way to his car in the pit, he's talking to Sky. He's finessing. Do you know what I mean? He's making sure he's finessing them. He's consistent, you know? Yep. He's consistent. He's someone who I think is an incredible driver, incredibly quick, and he has definitely got that dog in him, but I don't think it's like Max's dog or like Lewis's dog. Like George is like, I don't even know that much about dogs, but maybe George's dog is like, I don't know. What kind of dog is George?
If George was going to be a dog right now at this point in time, he'd be like a Yorkie or something.
No,
he'd be like a Yorkie or aggravating at. No, he'd be like a German Shepherd.
Yeah, George is a German Shepherd.
He's not.
They
he's
like
not.
high pitching at him. They really emotional.
He's like he's more like a Great Dane.
Hell no.
A Great George Russell.
Great Dane. No.
No.
Those skinny ones, the racer dogs.
The Greyhound.
The Greyhounds. Okay, yeah. I can see that. I can go with that.
Yeah.
I can go
Santa's
with that.
Little Helper vibes.
Yes.
I can go with that.
Yeah, Greyhound. Yeah. George is a Greyhound. Like,
because I've seen him cry a couple of times. I seen him cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look,
I can go with that. That was a good one. And he's really an adopted one that was shunned from the track. And he's got that type of personality because he's a crybaby sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He's like the adopted Greyhound, like the ones that ain't making it no more. So they, but at times you let them out in the yard, they be running their ass off with the Cocker Spaniels and the other little dogs out there, but they can't go to. He's like that because I seen George cry sometime and really disappointed me. Like, damn, man, why you crying and shit?
He was crying after the point, and I remember thinking like,
what is going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Why does
that,
this keep
Tandy.
happening?
I don't know, but you're not on mute, so this is going in the production. So, so the I think with George that we hilarious dog comparisons aside, I think he is a great driver for Mercedes, and I think is a clear upgrade on Valtteri Bottas. And I just think, you know what? There's different types of elite thinking, right?
Yes.
And if he had just done, instead of trying to be the hero and put a car on pole, knowing that you're not going, if the race is dry the next day, you don't have the pace to win the race. Like, you're going to get swallowed up by two people. So at least you're going to be third. So with George, I just think, instead of he's trying to do what he was doing at Williams and do like hero bullshit. He wants to be the hero. He wants to get the plaudits, and I get that. But like, you chucked away a podium this weekend. Like, potentially you could have had a podium this weekend, and you would have got a favorable strategy calls when all of the madness was happening with the safety cars, and your race would have been a lot easier than what you ended up getting, which was starting in 8th, making your way through, having to not being able to pit on the first safety car, and having to pit on the second one, and having to have basically just following Lewis's strategy in the end. And I think he'll learn from it. I think he'll always do it. I think he'll keep doing it. And I think if he'd done that in the race, I think I'd probably understand it more in the race, because if it's changing conditions in a race and you make that gamble, fine. But when you know the next day it's not even a wet race and you're just going to get swallowed up, for me, I didn't agree. But I also understand everyone's opinion on that. And, I respect it. And also, men can cry. So,
they can. They can.
I cried after Abu Dhabi. And I did. And Tandy was there,
and he fried us chicken.
Yeah,
I was cried and fried chicken.
I cried and fried.
Damn, you put some love in that chicken, huh?
I really
dropped
did.
them tears of love.
There's no need for salt, just the tears.
Just the tears.
So,
just a note as well.
Sorry.
Gosh. My Wi-Fi is so shit today. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We
It's
can
all
still
right.
hear you.
It's okay.
We can hear you.
Could you hear me going?
Yeah, we can hear. Yeah. We can hear all of that.
You gotta fire that person.
So
they tried to tell you all kinds of shit where your shit right here wasn't right.
Yeah. I think they conned you. Did you pay them?
I didn't pay them. I got my landlord to do it because I was so angry.
Well,
good job. Even swap ain't no. Hey, I like that. Feeling out there.
Your Wi-Fi is fine, Tandy. What did you want to say?
I didn't want to say anything. I just wanted to get to the cooking.
All right, okay, let's do it. Yeah. So, Fernando Alonso. You know what? Yeah. Fernando Alonso. Nothing gives me more joy than seeing this guy unhappy. I'm a hater. If Fernando Alonso has 100 haters, I'm one of them. If he has 10, I'm one of them. If he has 1, I'm one of them. If he has no haters, I'm dead. And I'm happy to say that. I'm happy to say that. Okay? Right. No qualms saying that. So, what I loved about Fernando Alonso's day was he was just giving it a lot of talk on Sunday about what he was gonna do into turn 1.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna send it in there. I'm gonna overtake Max. I'm gonna win the race. He is like, when your girl goes to brunch and she's sending you those texts like, when I get home later.
I was literally about to say that.
When I get home, she's sending you the recklessness, and you're like, damn, I'm gonna get in the shower. I'm gonna get home. I'm like, hey, I'm doing stretches. And she gets home and she gets into that bed, conked out, snoring loudly.
That's the dog in me. Oh, shit.
Tandy,
hell no. I'm gonna make sure you fulfill those promises. Yeah, I'm waking your ass up.
Tandy, do you as a woman who clearly resonated with that analogy, Fernando?
It was sexually active. thought that's what you were gonna say.
Are
That's
you-
why I said it.
What is going on today?
You said, as a woman,
who,
so I said,
who resonates with the analogy that I just said, and then
who
you've
is
just come.
sexually active.
Why are you? I'm aware of that. Do your family
Okay.
listen to this? What is going
I
on?
don't know. I don't care.
What's fucking going on here? Tandy, back to Alonso.
Yeah.
What did you think of his bragging about what he was doing and then what he actually
Know
did?
what he was going to do. Yeah.
What it was
Yeah,
going
yeah. I love the analogy of like, you're texting, you're saying you're gonna do that, and then it's like 2 minutes of sex.
Oh,
like,
wow.
what the fuck?
Yeah, that hits home. Been there.
Please stop talking. Fernando Alonso, yeah. It's just so funny to watch, innit? Bragging rights taken away.
Yeah.
Everything just taken away. Just strip him off it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just confirmed that you've been paying your way into this sport for the past 3 years. For the past 3 years, you've had him on a payroll. And that's what happens, innit? You can't lie.
No, you can't.
You know what? Gold's always going to turn green. And we saw it turn green on Sunday.
Oh, he did.
Damn.
He did. He said, hey, he looked at the watch and said, damn. Watches his
Those
fate.
ain't Rolex diamonds.
They're
What the
not.
fuck you done of that?
No. I like it. That's a good one.
A lot of motherfuckers out.
Jay. Fernando.
Mhm.
Actually, let me just ask you a question. Just, I guess, generally, what are your thoughts on Fernando Alonso? Generally, like, because he's a polarizing guy. We've got listeners who love Fernando Alonso. Sorry to you, man. We've got listeners who don't like Fernando Alonso.
Right.
What are your thoughts? Because he has had a good career. He's had a good career in some ways, and in some ways he's had he would probably admit some disappointing times as well.
You know what? I use Fernando Alonso as a example often on my channel.
Okay.
And I tell people all the time when they say that Lewis is only as great because his car, but then they go and say Max is great because he's a great driver. It has nothing to do with the car. And they always want to try to, and that's totally false, right? So they move into saying that Max has so much more career left. And I always say, well, Fernando Alonso holds the fucking record for longest career in Formula One. And his shit ain't nothing like Lewis Hamilton. He won't be the only driver to be that way. So to me, Fernando Alonso is just meh. He's just mad, man. And he's a hater.
Yeah.
And anytime they go to Spain, they some haters too. Like anytime you go to Spain and I get to see blackface motherfuckers in the goddamn crowd and you don't even damn try to say something against that shit, like in your hometown, you're a hater. Anytime this whole shit happened in Abu Dhabi, he was quiet as hell, but anything Max said, it was like Max had his hand up Alonso's ass and just like, yeah, Max, nothing wrong with that. I took a championship that kind of might have been something close to that. It's just like Alonso, just not that dude to me, man. And I'm gonna tell you, like, now he does have some dog in him. I give him that.
Yeah,
he's a major cock blocker. That's facts. He was like, if you want somebody to block up the grid, if you want to be constipated, get yourself a pill called Fernando Alonso. You will never shit again. Nothing's getting by him if he doesn't want it to. So when he said that he was going to take turn one, I'm looking for a most epic battle going into turn one, something like similar to damn Prost and Senna type situations going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, we're about to see some fireworks. Man, that shit was flat as hell, bro.
Right.
Yeah, if we're being honest,
it was disappointing.
The entire quali lineup was a glitch from this weekend. Let's be honest. It was weird. It was very weird. And if anyone was to head up the entire glitch, it would be Fernando Alonso at first anyway. I think his presence is just awkward now. Like, I don't know, this does not relate to me, but I always wonder, people who have clingy dogs, when you have sex and your dog is in the room, that's what Fernando Alonso's presence in Formula One feels like now.
That's a good one.
You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about cock block. The biggest cock block is your dog being in the room while you're having sex. Yeah.
That's a good one. She hit that one.
I was weighing up whether to tell an analogy, but you know what? I'm going to leave that story for another time. When I was having sex one time, there was a girl who had a dog in the room. Obviously.
Was she
Caucasian, of course.
Oh,
So, so I think, so I think we were. This was like in the. I think it might have been in a kitchen or something, and the dog like starts licking my ass, and I'm just like,
No, let's
God
stop
damn.
right there.
Tossing
Thank
salad?
you.
well, it wasn't
Hey.
great. It wasn't great at it. Like,
I mean, we
it
got
was a
past
bit-
it already. Tossing salad. Go ahead.
Yeah, but anyway, look, I obviously had to kick the dog out, and it wasn't great for me. I didn't quite enjoy that. But now you've mentioned it, I just thought I'd let everyone know that happened. So,
You know them things that you should take to the grave.
I've got nothing to take to the grave.
Hey man, were
I've
you
got-
able to
A
get back in
dog
the mood
licked
though?
your
Was I able to get back?
ass.
Was I able to get back? Yeah, well, yeah, of course. But I've got that dog in me.
Oh,
A
man.
dog
Yeah, that would have
licked
fucked me
your-
up though, bro. That would have fucked me up. Like,
Everyone,
oh.
would ask if anyone's got a dog in them, it's me. Okay, so I join.
nice to get acquainted.
I join. Look, okay, you can't let I was also when you're young as well. You're just happy to be.
Like I'm trying to get this shit.
I'm
Like,
trying to,
let's
I'm
stop
like,
it.
nothing's gonna stop this. Like we've got a
Nothing.
free house right now.
Mm-mm.
Like, do you know what I mean? I've got to get this in. Might be my last one ever.
That's
So,
true. That's
How
true.
that's how you think when you're a young lad. Anyway,
Good job.
We
um,
need to start making rules about what we talk about in this podcast because I did not need those 2 minutes of you two talking about that.
Tandy, you started.
you
it.
literally
You
started
brought
it.
the dog
No.
into the room.
No.
You were
No.
literally you literally
No.
started that whole thing, and
The
you
whole
were-
thing.
and you've just been screaming
You
that you're
brought the
sexually
dog
active.
into the
Like, everything,
room.
like- So, anyway, that's the look for me to carry on. This podcast is a mess. So, Alonso, no,
Mhm.
I knew it was going to go downhill for Alonso. It didn't, and this is why, yeah, the commentators, and I think also I've realized I've just seen big up Spanners. I've just seen Spanners was on Any Driven Monday from Missed Apex podcast. The
I
host,
saw that.
that was
I saw
amazing.
that.
Well done to Spanners, and it's made me realize maybe we should stop slandering Sky. However, why are they doing the things they do? So, like, if anyone doesn't get off the line on the formation lap, especially someone on the front row, they're like, "Ooh, what's going on there?" Fernando Alonso wouldn't want that start. These guys didn't even mention it, bruv. And I said it to myself. I was like, I don't think he's gonna have a good start. If that's what he's moving as of on the formation line, I don't think it's gonna be a good one. Lo and behold, this guy with his pensioner ass did not make it off the line well at all. Do you know what I mean?
This is what I love about this podcast. We do not shuck and jive. We don't shuck and jive, and jive. We don't do
You
that.
like? Did you want to be a singer?
I feel like she
Do
did.
you?
Do you want to be
I
a singer?
did. I was like,
Do you do
I was head of my
karaoke?
choir. I don't do karaoke. I did used to sing.
Okay.
I actually can hold a little something.
For
But
real?
Yeah,
for
when
real,
you sang the T-Pain last week, I was just like,
Yeah.
"Ooh."
See, I
don't take the piss. Don't take the piss, okay? Don't take the piss. I was the Pied Piper. I played Joseph in Joseph's Dreamcoat. I was so many characters in my school recitals. The government body used to say, "We're not coming unless Tandy's singing." Ask
Whoa.
anybody who knows from the Wirral. They know about me, okay?
Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah,
Hey,
no.
Don't sing
hey.
anymore.
I'm
I
not.
can tell the energy is in you. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like you always try to give a tone. I like it.
We're being serious. We're complimenting you.
I am. I notice it. I'm observing.
We're complimenting you. You've got a nice voice. I know sometimes the thing is you have to remember I have the voice of a snarky white person, so everything I say just sounds like sarcasm. But you have a nice voice.
Thank
Even-
you.
it's all right. So that's because you sound great.
Shuck and jive.
She threw it in there. She's like, yeah, let me close this shit out. Back door. Let's go.
But
Yeah.
we don't shuck and drive.
Yeah, we don't. Ooh, shook, jive, shook, jive.
Shit sound like a used car commercial. Them fucked up insurance commercial. Yeah, $1.99. We don't shuck and jive. Sing it, Andy.
Shuck and drive.
Damn, fried chicken.
God.
Oh my god. Yeah, look, and all I'm saying is, it's just it's just funny how they they had built the whole weekend was built towards, oh my god, we've got Bozo Senior against Bozo Junior. Like, who is not gonna back out? Who's gonna back out first out of the two people who never back down? Oh my god, this is gonna be the start of all starts. Fernando's got nothing to lose. Well, he has nothing to gain either because he's.
See, that's what happens when you're on a payroll. Do the in it. When you're on a payroll, you're just being paid to be there. You know, it's like when they get influencers. It's like when they got influencers to tell everyone to get like COVID vaccine.
Oh,
they don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just weird.
Yeah, no.
That's what happens when you're on a payroll. Not that I'm saying I'm anti-vax. I'm not anti-vax at all.
Yeah, she's not that. I didn't get it though, but I'm not anti. I feel you. Do what you do.
Anyway, yeah.
We'll carry on, and we respect everyone's choices with their own.
That's
bodies.
a fact.
So look, there's a lot more of Fernando. I mean, look, Fernando Alonso finished in 7th in the end behind his teammate Esteban Ocon. There were some issues
got that
with
penalty.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jay.
The penalty.
Jay. Oh my god.
We're going down, baby.
Baby, bam, 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 driving in the Range Rover.
Let it go.
Go. Yeah, he got that penalty.
So Jay.
Yeah.
It looked like the actions of a desperate man.
Just trying to do something. Trying to relive those turn one dreams that he never did shit on. I'm going to do it against the guy that put his ass on a picture. I'm going to show people. And he looked crazy out there, man. It looked like a damn Mike Jones video, tipping on football, just driving, swerving down the lane. Like, what the hell is he doing?
It's crazy.
Ooh.
I think, I mean, look, awful. And the thing is, he should know better. As someone who is constantly getting at the FIA, at the stewarding, this guy was cutting corners deliberately in Russia just to make a point. He was doing all these other things, L plan. That plan is, what's the opposite to foolproof? Like fool friendly.
Opaque.
Opaque. Could you explain that?
Opaque, yeah. I like it.
Use it in a sentence.
Nyasha asked, what is the opposite to foolproof? Opaque. Tandy replied.
Thank you. And that is 5 points to Tandy on the spell of
that was a good word too. I like it. It sounded
opaque.
good.
Opaque. Look, it is opaque. Yes, because opaque is actually slightly muddied, which is what happened with L Plan. You're a genius. You're actually a genius.
Thank you.
So it's just, I don't get what this, like, what are you here for, old man? Like, you're not fighting for wins. You're not even fighting for the first corner. You coward. So what are you here for? Because that Alpine's never gonna be a top car, okay?
And bro, they was hyping it up. Remember, like the last race, this race talking about Alpine straight line speed. It's gonna be hard to get by. I haven't seen any proof of that shit.
No, people are gassing them. If anything, is the Aston Martin is the straight line speed merchant that Alpine thought it was. So I honestly. And they're saying he's got 3 or 4 more years in the sport. And I'm just like, how are we going to defeat this guy? How are we going to defeat this?
How many more years?
He says he wants to do another 2
like
years
3.
at least.
I just said earlier on the video 2 to 3 years, and then he'll be up out of there.
Oh, God. Does anyone remember last year when we'd started Get a Hobby?
Yeah.
For goodness sake, get a bloody hobby. There's bicycles.
Yeah.
There's cooking.
Oh, to be fair, he got really injured.
Oh, it was the injury with the bicycle. So you mean to tell me you thought a guy who can fall off a bike can win the Canadian GP? Is that what you man is thinking? Is that what he can't even he can't keep a bike balance and you want him in that car to win the Canadian GP?
Damn.
He's okay.
He can't even ride a specialist, a Candale, a Trek.
No, nothing. None of that.
He needs to start off on a trike before he thinks he can take on the Canadian GP. You hear me?
There you go. There you go. I reckon he should start a peloton. Something that is not even on the road. You just get your shit off on a peloton. And you can get them for quite cheap now because they're nearly out of business. So look, that's Fernando.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough for him too, bro. Because you seen their power unit up on his damn car, bro. He's like one of the. I think he's got the highest amount of damn changes and repairs on the power unit, bro. He's like 4.4, 3.3, 4.4. Like he's already at the limit on that shit. So sooner or later he's gonna start taking grid penalties too.
Lovely, because that means if he does manage to wangle his way onto a front row, it won't matter because he'll get a 10 grid place and we won't have to deal with that shit.
Guys.
Yeah, sure.
What do you think is the most embarrassing Formula One driver to stand?
Which driver is the most embarrassing?
Yeah, who do you think?
To be like a fan of?
Oh, definitely Crash Tiffy's ass.
Oh, yeah, fair play.
This motherfucker came to his home to have a race. Meanwhile, the news is out that they gonna blockbuster rent a driver from Alpine to take his seat. I'll be like, this is bullshit. Yeah. Like, yo, that's embarrassing as fuck. Like, damn, they about to rent somebody to take my seat. They can't even have one. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
Where do you think Alonso fans qualify after Crash TV?
Oh.
Let me tell you something about Alonso fans, yeah. Real fucking talk. There's different ones, like kind of like Vettel fans. There's different ones in it. You've got like Aldous, yeah. Is an Alonso.
Oh yeah, shout out Aldous.
Shout out Aldous every time.
I think Aldous he sticks in the fan of nostalgic.
Yes,
that was my love for Formula One. Yeah,
like he's got that driver who had that dog in him. He went to Michael. He moved him. He he maybe decrowned him. What's the word? But anyway, yeah, I know that word. Anyway, dethroned. Thank you so much. That's why she's a journalist, and
she coming with the vocab. She coming with this vocab, bro.
You know what I mean? That's why I'm just behind the keys. She's in front of Mike. So that there are people who like him for that. That Spanish Armada, who are just ready to get racist in them brothers' mentions. If you talk out of turn about Alonso, I honestly wish all of you guys nothing but the fucking worst. Yeah,
like,
nothing but the
call you and
I'm going to say this now. The racist Alonso fans, and the thing is here, let's get this straight with white people, because I love you guys, Caucasians. You are the greatest. But I
was going to say something.
But, right, if I say, for example, the Spanish Fernando Alonso fans, the racist Alonso fans, the racist Verstappen fans,
right.
I'm not saying all fans of said driver are racist, and therefore you are racist. I am saying those people who are racist within that fan base can suck out. Those people. That doesn't mean you personally. Right. So you don't have to then, if we tweet something like that, don't come under my freaking mentions trying to do not all white people. Because that is implied in what I'm saying. So when I say to all the most embarrassing fans are after the Latifi, you know what? And the Latifi fans, most of them are Canadian. So you just got to stick by your guy, even if he's dead. Like
I like Canadian too.
Yeah, and you got a choice between Stroll and Latifi. It's tight, right? So at least like there's that. The racist Spanish fans who, if you say something bad about Alonso, you will be called a nigger in 38 different Spanish ways, is mad. And I find that shit disgusting. And it was like this time last year, I think, when we had Tommy on for the first time. And all he said was Black F1 Twitter. And then, like greater than, or something like, I love Black F1 Twitter. It wasn't even about Alonso. And it wasn't even about Alonso. And he had just had the Spanish Armada in his fucking mentions, calling him all in his mentions, in his things. And then if someone black tried to say anything, like black women tried to say anything, I think someone asked like, why are you burnt? Like all of this shit. It is a real thing. And I'm sorry to take this like serious, but like, we can't navigate this fucking sport without someone just being racist out of nowhere. So we're the embarrassing fans.
That is a fact.
Are the racist ones, but in a light-hearted
So
way.
Nyasha, to conclude, Nyasha said, "You gotta know, I'm gonna be that nigga for life."
Hey,
My nigga.
hey.
Gosh, I am here all day. I'm just a jukebox.
Yeah, no, you really are.
You're doing a good job. And spelling bee champion.
And spelling bee champion. Yeah,
hear
you
me?
smashed
That's
that
that-
opaque sentence.
That's the dog in me. You hear me?
You really do
Yeah,
have that
shit.
dog in you.
That's
And
that investigative
I thought
journey.
you was really gonna go into your DMX theme. I thought you was gonna get rough with it. Like that's the dog in me.
Well, you gotta
You
keep
didn't do
watching to the next episode. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Who are you? Also, I reckon the Verstappen fans are quite embarrassing as well.
Oh hell yeah!
Like just as I'm just whilst I'm thinking about it, those guys are just put a little salt on those. Salt on those guys. Although someone did comment, why do we always find ways to hate on Verstappen? And
It's
Get out of here
because
with that shit.
Verstappen always finds ways to hate on our goat. So you know.
yeah,
Right.
And Lewis, you know what? You know when Lewis said we've gone all over the place. We will get to the race, but
Yeah.
Lewis in the press conference was like they were asking him about the porpoising stuff, and I think Max had given an answer which was like different to what he was saying in private because
Yeah.
Lewis was like, oh, it's interesting to hear people's opinions, what they say to your face, but then what they say in public is completely different. And you know he was talking about Max because Max is a little beep. So, there's my thoughts on that. But I will.
You
praise
should have
Max.
just said it. He's a fuck boy. Straight up.
Yeah, no, I will talk about Max later because I do want to actually give him a little bit of praise. But as a person, he doesn't. My spirit doesn't sit well with
Doesn't
Max
resonate.
Verstappen. Doesn't resonate with him, and that's fine.
But it doesn't take anything away from his ability to be
As
a
a-
driver. He
as
is
a driver.
definitely good at that.
Good driver.
And I just don't care for his character. You know, he's
Yeah.
still one of my favorite drivers as far as his ability in a car, his talent, but his character is ass. And his fans, some of those those unsensible, delirious ass fans that can be horrible. Like the amount of shit I get in my hell comments is ridiculous.
I've seen it. Man. It's just it's ridiculous.
Taking it as far as like checking LinkedIn, that's crazy. Anyway, back to the race now.
This shit serious out here in these streets.
So one more thing before we get into stars and donkeys. So look, we have a good race, and we have a 10 lap or so shootout at the end. After the safety car for one of the most ridiculous crashes I've ever seen by Yuki Tsunoda, which we'll get to later. But Carlos Sainz on slightly fresher tires, I do believe, than Max Verstappen, but not like a massive delta. I think 6 laps, but has the opportunity. His first win is 1 car ahead of him. A circuit where you can overtake. He doesn't do it. Now, I didn't think that much of it, and I have a friend who really likes Carlos Sainz, and I'm not going to slander Carlos Sainz, but some people have been saying that Carlos Sainz does not have that dog in him, because if he did, and maybe this is a Spanish F1 driver thing, he would have.
No, you can't say that.
Okay, because I'm not putting Carlos in the same category as Alonso. That's true, because Carlos is nicer. But all I'm saying, there's a lot of promise, but it's not being fulfilled. So
I feel like it's the soft and silky hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a
you're
soft
saying-
and silky hair.
So you're saying he's too busy preening his hair to be a top F. So you're saying, so Carlos has got like a really nice conditioner, like a really nice scalp shampoo, really nice, like, you know, he's got the whole thing, really nice, like wax that or whatever people put in their hair. Max has got like a 5-in-1.
Max need like Head and Shoulders.
Yeah,
Max
Head
will
and-
shut
Max-
your
Yeah.
ass off. Shit just starts.
Max has got
going.
like the one
Right.
bottle that's got the shampoo, conditioner,
All
body
that shit
wash.
in
It's
one.
5-in-1.
Yeah,
Body
yeah.
wash, right?
Yeah. And that's
Whereas-
why he's like, and he like probably showers for like a minute and a half max.
Yeah.
Maybe
Doesn't wash his
Weekly.
legs
weekly.
at all.
Right. None.
No leg washing, no feet washing. He just like,
Yeah.
and he washes with his hands.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whereas Carlos Sainz, instead of like
Exfoliation.
exfoliating hair, probably has manicure, pedicure.
Right. The
all of
stone
those
bar.
things. Yeah, all of
all
those
that
things.
shit.
But no, on a serious note though, Tandy, do you think Sainz could have done more on Sunday?
I don't think he's at.
So yeah, carry on. Sorry,
He got excited.
I was going to rephrase the question, but you already started. So carry on.
I
sorry.
don't think he's got it in him
you
to have
don't.
done any more. I feel like that's the most he can do.
Mm.
And this is not to say that his effort were rubbish. They weren't bad efforts in comparison to Charles. You got to remember when Charles finished. Do you know what I mean? And you got to remember how Charles's race went, Anik. Anyway,
Oh shit. Yo, Tandy, do you want my shit? Do you want my shit? You want here, Tandy? Here, you take it, cause you sending out all the shots.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean?
She's sending out all the shots. Like she got all the smoke for everybody. Don't
That's
fuck
it.
with her LinkedIn. Don't do this shit. Like,
Don't
hey,
fuck
Tandy is
with
a
my
hit
LinkedIn.
lady today.
Don't fuck with my LinkedIn.
No, that has pissed you off differently. I can feel it.
She on a whole different vibe.
No,
today.
because
She ain't fucking
Yasha
with
knows the
nobody.
journey I went through today.
Can I tell it?
Yeah, go on then.
Tandy sent me a message. Yeah, this is why I hate being like a man and B older than Tandy, because I am like very cynical, but it's with good reason. So Tandy sent me a message like, "This is the nicest DM I've ever received," and I looked at it and it was like an older person, 23 followers. 43 following, and it was like, what is it? It was like, just wanted to let you know. Read it out, actually.
Should I read it out?
Oh,
Read it.
Okay, I'm gonna read it out.
Read it out, because I won't do it justice. Because then I'll be able to
Oh man,
adequately.
because now we're actually gonna have to block him off everything.
Yeah, of course. He's
All right,
fucking
okay,
following me
cool.
on LinkedIn.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, he's listening to this as well. So
Yeah, that's hello.
All her shit.
So he said, "Caught you on Quick Stop F1." Nice.
Oh, so
job.
it's not even a, he's not even a long-term listener because he just caught you. Do you know what I mean? He's seen one episode, or he's seen a fan cam, and he's gone to investigate, and now, so you know what? I don't
Yeah,
even give a
he's
fuck.
just seen a
Out
cute
him.
brown thing, you know.
Yeah,
You
do
know
you know
what I'm
what I mean?
saying?
Yellow bone,
He
right?
said, "Caught you on Quick Stop F1. Nice job." ... I thought, okay,
Nice job. You do a nice job.
little hard to understand your accent, but any F1 fan is a fan of mine. Big up and walk good. Enough respect.
So
was-
yeah, you were like, that's a really nice message, and I
I
guess
said that's so nice in comparison to the people who come in with their F1 analysis, in comparison to the people who misquote me or quote me back to me on a Saturday and I received a message at like 4 a.m. That was pretty nice.
that was nice, and I, Tanya was telling me, and I didn't have it in me to say that is the way that old men who don't use social media hit on women, basically.
But me being me, I saw this person's page and I saw his gorgeous wife.
Of course,
Like,
no, that's investigative journalism right there.
Yeah.
If anything,
you know what I mean?
That's what you
didn't- I
call that.
didn't-
She had to do this. She didn't send out a questionnaire. She did
Yeah.
some work.
I asked, I didn't ask. Sorry. I went
Right.
and I saw what I saw. Yeah. I didn't run to Twitter with it. Anyway, so yeah, that happened. And I was like, Nyasha, like, this is so nice. I've got really nice DM here. And then I even said it to my friend Mutta, shout out Mutta, and I was like, this is so lovely. And
Shit.
then
Really feeling it.
yeah, it's nice.
me in my corporate woman bag, I do check LinkedIn quite regularly.
Of course.
What happens? I've been found on LinkedIn. Why? Why did you have to ruin it?
They're not even message you like, hi, I'm, because he could be working in a.
Would love to connect. Why would we connect?
Is that what
What
he
are we
said?
connecting for? Yeah.
Well,
it was one of
you
those-
know,
That was the next step.
it's just
towards
crazy.
what?
The thing is like, because if he was someone, look, we've been approached by people who their profile didn't say anything, and then we got to speaking to them, like they messaged us on social media, and then we found out, and then there's business things that came from it. The Vanity Fair thing came from a DM, like, so we're not against people DMing us,
right?
I'm not, by the way. Anyone wants to? But
no, I'm not.
And neither is that. No, and neither is that. But do it in a respectful way. And I know we've diverged from the Grand Prix, but this is important because, like, women, especially women in F1, are the backbone of the whole community. So just respect them for that in general. Respect them as women, as people. But like, this idea that if you're going to go into a woman's DMs, that you would start to question their knowledge, start to use that as a test for whether they're like worthy of the opinion that they hold, is fucking bullshit. And the fact that Tandy gets more smoke than me, when I'm the one who dishes out most of the smoke, but B, like, I'm a man, and most of the time it's men getting at Tandy. Get at me. Find my Instagram, give me smoke, and you'll have some back.
Listen, I date Americans, and they carry, so you don't want to start.
Hey,
show them, Jay.
Just like this. I'm telling everybody just like this, goddammit. I'm with the smoke. Tandy from here on out is under fucking protection. I'm not bullshitting. We coming with the blickies.
We coming with the blickies.
We coming with the blickies.
We got the monkey nuts.
I got more than 2 options for your ass, and they not good. Tandy got protection. Not just not playing.
Lasers.
I'm not playing. We got the lasers. I got all that shit. It's really spiced up over here.
Got the blickies.
I got all the tools. If you fucking with Tandy, you fucking with me. I watch Men in Society, Boys in the Hood, all the fucking gangster movies. I come from them goddamn. Hey, I'm telling you, don't play around with Tandy. Don't fuck with the women. I done seen the bullying that went down on Twitter with a girl up there. Don't stop doing the bullshit. Don't come with the fuck shit, and we won't have to damn dump you off somewhere. That's all I'm saying. Drink some water to that.
I will. With the Americans.
There we go.
And
2-8 all the way.
And any advertisers who want to work with Quickstop F1, leave an email with
all the way.
Why?
With the smoke.
Why aren't Sky inviting us on? I mean, I
know, man.
Fuck knows.
What's wrong with these people?
What's wrong? You guys,
they are great.
This is a
wonderful individuals. Very knowledgeable. Very professional.
Upstanding. Jay, we appreciate that. And look, and whatever Jay said, I'm saying too, but without the guns, because they're illegal here. And no, look, I really, and I just think, I just hate the fact that you've had to go through that today again. And I want to just, I use that as a moment to just, for you and all the girls who listen to us, who get weird messages, or if they comment on our shit, and then they get people underneath them commenting against them, and like, I hate that shit so much. So I just want to shout out to you guys, and we love you and we appreciate all of you. Carlos Sainz. Yeah, Jay, do you think he's got that dog in him? Do you think a win was there for him, or do you think okay, let me ask you a different question.
Go ahead.
Does Charles Leclerc get the job done in the same position?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think, you know what? Let me retract that. I think not now. I think now under these conditions, I think it is likely that Charles may be being a little bit more intimate with Max, given their history, may have known some tactics or things that Max was going to do ahead of time to maybe counter-react that Carlos maybe didn't. But if that is not the case, right, let's just take like all that's if, shoulda, coulda, woulda. What we do know right now, Ferrari power units are having an issue.
Yeah.
At this part of the season. Was that like a factor in the fact that Carlos had multiple laps under fucking DRS Like the man had an unlimited amount of DRS. Like if you was playing a video game and you had the fucking code to open the shit up, push buttons, and have multiple unlimited life in Pac-Man, that's what Carlos Sainz had. And he could never get the job done. Didn't even come close to even making us think like, oh shit, it's gonna happen. And then he gets pulled off. At that point in time, I just got to say, like, under DRS, is the Ferrari power unit failing their drivers? Like at this point in time. So that's how
I think so. I think so, Jay. I'm not gonna lie. I will say
They got it from the same there was a dodgy guy in a coat, and he was like, "Psst, got some power units over here," and Haas was like, "Oh, candy," and then and then Ferrari were like, "Haas, wait, where you going?" And then they all ended up in the same dodgy deal, obviously.
Yeah, of course,
of
course. You know what it is? Yeah, it's actually, you know what? The sad thing is, it's Ferrari who have got the dodgy sweets, and they gave it to Haas. So like, oh, I've got a good thing for you.
I've got a
thing for you here. And shout out Mick Schumacher, who unfortunately didn't finish the race again
because of this dodgy power.
Right,
exactly.
Back to back, 2 races back to back.
Yeah, not good. But Ferrari are getting high off their own supply as well. And I don't think that engine. I don't think they're able to turn it all the way up, probably because of what's happened. But what I will say is, off of the last hairpin, the Red Bull just had a lot more traction going off, a lot more mechanical grip going off, and because even if he was 2 or 3 tenths behind going into that corner, he was maybe 4 or 5 tenths behind coming out of the corner. So by the time the DRS did what it needed to do, he could never really get close enough, and that's on him. I think he had one chance on the penultimate lap to like his best chance going into the hairpin. It was very close. He went too deep, outbraked himself, and then it was never going to happen from there. So I think a mixture. I don't think it's. If I was going to play devil's advocate, I don't think he's as good as Leclerc, and I don't think he's world champion material. I don't think so. But I don't think yesterday was all his fault. But
no, and we do have to keep in mind that Max might have been using the charging system right. He might have been putting up charge, using overtake in the right moment. So Max might have been doing a hell of a job defending as well to keep his spot. So I got to give him some credit for that too.
I think look, we have to give credit where credit's due.
Right.
Let's go into stars of the day. I'll start. Max. I'm going to say Max Verstappen.
Shit.
My star of the day is Max Verstappen. Yeah, I'm going to say it.
You heard that, you fucking haters? He chose Max as star of the day.
I'm going to say Max Verstappen. Look, at some point, and this is not to say I love Max, and I'm sorry, I know our listeners, we all hate Max, and this and the other.
What? We don't. No, we don't.
But we don't. Obviously,
Max.
last season we hated him because he was standing in the way of the shit that we wanted, right? Tandy, you're such a dick. But look, we have to say, look, 5 races won out of the last 6.
Right.
This guy, the only times we've actually seen him crack under pressure were Brazil and Saudi Arabia, right?
And when Lewis Hamilton
that's Lewis Hamilton, and that's Lewis Hamilton pressure, and that's
did y'all see that shit? Did y'all see Max going to his Nazi ramble? Because Max been triggered like when fucking news came out.
The way this guy got triggered.
Crazy.
PTSD.
Lost it.
This guy.
Do you guys used to watch the Wild Thornberrys? Did you remember the little son? He used to no. I feel like people used to watch Wild Thornberrys.
My Nana used to watch it a lot, but I didn't watch it. I found it really annoying when she had it on, actually, and that maybe contributed to things. But I'm joking.
So your star, Max.
Yeah, my star. My star, Max. No. 5 out of 6 race wins. In those situations, more often than not, he is not buckling. And you know what? I made a comment earlier in the year when he was doing that thing of Charles was letting him breeze past him, and then Charles was getting back on the next year. And I remember saying that he lacks racing IQ. And you know what? I'm willing to walk that back. I'm willing to walk it back and say, in those situations, in wheel-to-wheel combat, in this season especially, and parts of last season, he knows how to get a result. And I think he has gone up a step from last season. No, not gone up a step. I think he's going to get a legitimate championship this year, and that sucks because I never wanted him to win a title because he's got an illegitimate one. But this is going to be his legitimate championship, and it's because of days like today. This 5 win out of 6 win run is really good, and you just have to give props where they're due. Like if you win races, you deserve some kind of credit, and for the whole season, we've just not said anything. And for my own, I don't know. I just feel like I was watching it yesterday, and I knew Science wasn't going to do anything, and I just knew it. I was like, it's just not going to happen, and that's because Max is an elite driver. Do I think?
And that car is strong.
Yeah.
I know, and the car was strong,
strong.
and Red Bull strong. And you know what? Props to Red Bull as well. Obviously, not on the Checo side, whose life has gone to shit since those cheating allegations. Again,
Be out there in the woods and shit.
that's investigative journalism.
Yeah. I mean, big up Max. That's the rat in him.
Pow, pow. Hey, I ain't got to pull that blicky out again. She said, Tandy, I'm just gonna mail this
The
shit.
rat in
I'll go
him.
get another one. I'm gonna mail Tandy the blicky. She can have it.
I love it. We're like trying to be nice about it, but you know what? Thank you for
You look like a rat,
bringing
too,
us
though. That's
back
facts.
to the quick stop ways. I mean, does anyone want to say? Does anyone want to say anything else? We can move on if you want. But
We
your star, Tandy?
had here's my star. Lewis Hamilton.
let's talk about Lewis.
Lewis Hamilton.
Damn, they got me drunk on my show. That's what happened.
Yeah. For those who cannot see, Tandy did a heart shape with her fingers.
So he's obviously got the smaller version of the trophy, which is gonna look so odd next to all his big ass trophies anyway. But I'm glad he had a good weekend, and it's nice in it to see him back on. Well, would we say back?
No, I wouldn't say he's back, but it's good to see him get the results that
Positive
his talent
result, yeah.
deserves.
Yeah. So it was inevitable. I do want to note as well that I definitely told Nyasha he wasn't allowed to have Lewis Hamilton, and that's what resulted in this Verstappen conversation.
So it's your fault, really.
Damn.
I hope.
Yeah. But yeah, it's so nice to see him back in that position once
Right.
again.
Yeah.
Nice end to a nice weekend in it, and big up George as well. I'll give him that as well.
Right.
It feels nice that we've finally joined the game, I guess. They kind of did. They didn't have the control. Do you know them ones where you give your sibling the control? It wasn't plugged in. I feel like that's what they've done to us.
Okay.
And now kind of, mum's come in the room and said, yeah, don't be like that.
So you're saying that when we plug the controllers back in and we're going to be just driving like the car's just going to be all over the place again.
You know what? Like Bambi on ice, but Rome wasn't built in a day.
Ah,
Coming with the quotes, the
You're-
vocabulary, the
you're-
words, the
you're-
singing. She's coming with a full package.
great
Like,
form today.
Right.
Someone should stalk
Thank
you more
you.
often.
I know, stalk you more on LinkedIn. With our protection,
more
of course, but
stalkers.
they
We've
get
got
you right. They
protectors
put you-
now, so they'll be
Like
like
a mad
sacrificial
LeBron.
lambs for the content.
Right.
Like, follow her. We'll do you in, but we're gonna get great content. No, but thank you. You're,
What was that? That's
Yeah,
see,
what is that?
That's my. That's
What is
how
that?
that's how we shoot guns in England.
Oh,
Pop, pop.
yeah, we don't do it like that over
No?
here.
Oh, yeah. I actually went to a gun range in Poland on a stag do, and let me tell you now, I was traumatized. I was like, these things
Aw.
are so loud, even with the things, and I was holding it, and I was like, I looked like, when PubCam was doing the it was literally, I had the shotty, yeah? The shotty nearly took my
yeah.
shoulder off, bruv. I was like,
yeah.
no, This is crazy.
Excited.
You know what? Yeah, I just visibly saw Tandy get the ick, man. I
Trying
can't
to tell
believe it. Don't ever tell Tandy if you ever try to get with Tandy, don't tell her that you're scared of guns, because clearly that is just. I'll just see Tandy look at me in disgust. But that's
No, do you know what? Like, no, my friend Mutta asked me, like, why are you so comfortable around guns? I'm Zimbabwean. My dad used to have like rifles. My grandfather had rifles. Like, guns were always a thing that were around me. It was only as I got older that guns were associated with school killings and other awful things. But I've always associated guns as like a heritage thing. So I do want to note that.
I never knew that. That's really cool. Jay,
What's up?
you popped bottles for Lewis on your channel. What did you make of? Pardon me. I guess what did you make of his weekend? Or of like, yeah, just that him being able to get a podium. And I guess, what does this mean going forward? Or does it mean anything?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest takeaways for me was the fact that I think maybe they might have some headway on solving a lot of the problems with the car.
Yeah.
All right. But I think more than anything this weekend was the fact that they didn't fuck up Lewis's strategies. Like, for several weeks back, we've seen him drop the ball on the pit stops and Russell benefit from safety cars. This time, when I said they should pit Lewis, they literally fucking pitted him. And I was like, well, damn it, about time we on some shit. The car looked better. I think the win, more than it being like a statistical like boom, is just going to be more like a morale and mental booster. And I think the results of the car, the data that they saw, which was some progression, will carry over. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen in this break and what they bring back with Silverstone. Like, that's going to be the real, like, they really might be on some shit right now. We need to see that. And I think it was good to still see Russell and Hamilton close, but I also would like to say out all those damn haters out there that have been constantly with the bullshit with Russell schooling your boy. Like, I don't even fucking personally know Lewis Hamilton. How he became my cousin, I don't know. Like, motherfuckers hit me up like, yeah, your cousin got his ass beat this week. Hey, you getting personal, you getting emotional. But how was that,
Team LH, you.
Team LH.
How was that
Team
pace?
LH cousins.
Fuck. How was Russell's pace next to Hamilton and equal machinery with good strategy? It was like it fucking is. It will always be. Y'all tripping out here in these streets. I'm telling you, you piss me off. Damn.
I felt, you know what? Yeah. I actually felt embarrassed when I tweeted out. I was like, oh, we're going to have a fight between George and Lewis. And that shit was embarrassingly one-sided. And you know what? Yeah. I felt like, who's that Don on WTF? I felt like Matt Gallagher on WTF1, bro. And I was like, I've just tweeted out some very cringe shit right now. Is this what I've become? Like, this is who I am. I got sucked in to this, like, into Mercedes. I was like, because you know what? I just wanted
shook and jive.
Thanks. Just get your little broom. There you go. But God caught you.
Got you.
Got your ass. Got him.
Yeah. No.
Tell us then, how much they offer you?
Well, Sky Sports.
Yeah.
They offered me 50 quid in an appearance on Any Driven Monday next week.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah. God, that was a mismatch, okay? George versus Lewis was a mismatch. And he's still running alternative setups. That car is not in the optimum place. And he was sticking tense on him. I think he finished second ahead of George in the same car. That was like watching Lewis versus Valtteri. And I think that out of the whole weekend, I think not the pole position attempt on Saturday. I think not starting in 8th. I think those last 10 laps with George in his mind probably thinking this is it. This is when I'm going to put pressure on him. Even if he doesn't get past him, if he can be the one who's just behind him and say, hi guys, I'm quicker than Lewis. If he can maybe get that radio message in,
Get the McLaren message.
He's got, that is king shit. Like he's
Right.
fucking done it, and he got absolutely moved to. And I think there's levels to this shit, bro. There really is levels to this shit, George. And it's no mean feat getting beaten by Lewis.
Is there anybody you would like to give a special shout out to from this weekend?
I have given my star of the day. Is anyone else you wanted to? I was going to say Charles Leclerc, but
No.
no. Okay.
No.
Is
I was going
Tandy
to say Joe.
Pokemon?
Huh?
Yeah, I got Joe right here for my
Yeah, I was
star
going to say
today.
Joe.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, Joe's my star.
Yeah.
Nice. Of
I'm
course.
glad we mentioned that.
Of
You know, he
course.
didn't get plagued by the failing Ferrari power unit.
Yeah.
He didn't get called in early. Like, damn, all the lights is not even on. We still playing ball. Joe's got to go home and shit. He can't even leave with his own ball. They're like, nah, just bring your shit to you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, but it was very good to see him. I mean, he held on the 10th, which I think I had made a video, like basically like Joe's finishes would be pretty much that he'd have far more points if it were not for these failures.
Yeah.
I think overall he's done well. It's just that he's had a lot of issues, and it was really good to see him show that in this race. Like, yo, I'm here. Without the failures, I can be competitive, midfield competitive anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Tandy, anything to say about Joe?
Well, I was the one who brought him up, so I guess
Oh, okay, cool. You just wanted to
I've
make
said
sure.
my bit.
Okay, cool. No worries. I think man, you're
The sarcasm too is on the list. Yes, vocabulary.
I feel like
you know,
it was.
sarcasm,
I feel like it was
shots.
me who creeped into these DMs. I'm like, why are
Hey.
you saying fuck me for?
Fuck Freddy. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, so no, really good. Oh, I just wanted to say, yeah, out qualified Bottas. Put it into Q3 for the first time. Actually, it was 8th in the end after Alonso's penalty, and that was really good. I always want to shout out actually Lance Stroll, Strolovic, who did really well, really long first stint, kept everyone behind him, and in the end went from like 17th to 10th, I want to say. And that's really good result for him. And I like it when he does well. He does those long stints really well, and he's a good tire whisperer. Other things he's not so good at, but I will say that sometimes, you know what, you can't just keep kicking people. So when people do well, you've got to
Gotta give
Yeah.
accolades. Yeah, prof. Accolades. Yeah,
Man.
So donkeys. There's a
Alonso
couple-
all day.
There's a couple of donkeys. Yeah.
Alonso. Checo Perez.
That was, oh yeah, qualifying. Yeah, qualifying. Yeah, not good at all. I'm gonna say Yuki. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yuki.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm sorry. No.
Yeah.
You can, that
Here's
is
my thing.
shoot.
The other drivers use Yuki to make themselves look better. Have you noticed?
How do you mean?
Yeah.
They use him to experiment their little tricks and turns, and they're like, oh, okay, Yuki's close. Let me just try this thing I've been trying to do for a while. And they try it on Yuki, and I feel like it makes him look bad because Yuki is just like,
As in like overtaking him, or
yeah, like I
That does
don't
mean he's
know.
bad, though, right?
Huh?
That kind of does mean he's bad, though, right? Think about it. Like when you had,
Yeah.
think about it. Like when you went, and he was like, "Damn, I'm getting my ass beat. I'm done playing with your ass." So then you call somebody else in the room to get on the sticks to be like, "Yeah, I know I'm gonna fuck you up." You know, it's just because you're bad, but you bad in a good way. You make me feel good about myself. You know what I'm saying? Sunshine. You play a good part. Just
Yeah.
saying.
God, I
thing
love
is-
Yuki.
I think he's having a good season, and that it's these things where it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back with Yuki. I think sometimes, and I think it just seemed like a really bad accident. Maybe there is like a reason for it, but I just look like cold tires and over
Yuki, we thought Yuki had got past like the intern phase,
Yeah,
the friend that they send to the shop phase, but he's still there.
and
Unfortunately,
look at Joe. and like
Yeah.
how comfortable Joe has been this season, considering everyone was saying he's a pay driver,
Right.
he shouldn't be there, he doesn't deserve that seat. There was a lot of really negative comments about him, but
Yeah.
you know,
I
he's
told him to shut the hell up.
do you know what I mean? Out qualified Bottas a couple of times now.
Right.
You know, and that's Bottas' strong suit is qualifying, and he would have probably finished ahead of Valtteri if he wasn't A, stuck behind Stroll for ages, and B, Valtteri got really lucky with the safety car at the end. So,
Right.
yeah, big up Joe. Donkeys. Oh, did you guys see the McLaren pit stop?
The double fuckery.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that double stack fuckery.
Oh
yeah, I saw
my
that shit.
God.
That shit was horrible. That shit was horrible. I got my notes right here.
Oh my god. I have to talk about this.
Yes.
No.
I honestly think they are possibly one of the worst teams on that grid at the moment, you know, in terms of
my
performance from
God.
this year.
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
horrific.
Gosh, it is.
It's
that was
horrific.
bad.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Bruv, the way that they went to do a double stack and there was no tyres for either driver.
Done.
Like, not a single tire, not an iota of tyre was available to be changed. They fucking take the tyres off. One guy just kind of kicks it over. just kind of stands there. The other guy's just kind of waiting around, standing around. And then they do Daniels, then like Lando's is there. They're just kind of like waiting there. Really
What we
bad.
doing?
Really bad for McLaren.
It was horrible looking.
That's bad. The whole weekend was bad for them. That team, it's like they were doing well, and it's just falling off a cliff. And again, Lando signed a 5-year death row contract over there.
I did not expect this after last season, though. For real, it's really surprising.
No. To be fair, look, we all would have thought, okay, we've got Mercedes engines, everything's blessed, you're going up.
Right.
This season they have gone backwards. I mean, look, we support Mercedes, so we can't really say anything, but they have really gone backwards, and
They have.
I don't think it's going to get better this season. I think this season's a write-off for them. But stuff like that, when things are going badly, do you know what I mean? You can't have that.
On the plus side, 5 more years of Lando on Twitch for you little Twitchers.
Hey,
You know,
that's true.
You little Twitchers, you.
Twitchers.
Twitchers.
Yeah, like, that just sounds so bad. Oh my gosh.
Crazy. Look. Right, guys, that is, I think, everything. Does anyone have any more for any more?
Oh,
God.
what you got, Tandy?
Oh, was that B?
It was not a bee. It was one of those little flying insects things that you get in the summer. Never mind. Sorry, go on.
No, that's okay.
All
Just making sure. I was going to get the blicky out.
Bow.
Any more for any more? Sorry. Oh my God, I always do this.
What you got?
I've got to read our listener
Oh yeah.
tweets for Star of the Day, Donkey of the Day. So let me just get this up. Jay,
Should I
do some filler for me? Oh, Tandy, have you got some?
Yeah, look. Jay, do you want to take it or should I?
Yeah, no. Do you have anything to add, Jay? Just talk to me about something.
I'll tell you this. When I seen Perez walking through those woods,
oh my God,
man, it was like he was walking out to the pasture like, fuck, I signed that damn deal. I done fucked my life up. I said, I know Perez walking through those woods thinking about all kinds of shit. It was very good scenery.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was scenery of misery.
Wait, hold on. Did Perez crash in qualifying? Is that what?
Yeah, he did.
That's why I said check out Perez.
Yeah, he did.
He did. I forgot why he was low in qualifying, and
he did. He crashed in qualifying, bro. Man. And it looked really bad for him this week. And I know a lot of Perez fans, Checo fans, Minister of Defense fans are not really feeling it. Some things look suspicious, but some things ain't suspicious. Just things happen in inopportune time. And Perez screwed up in qualifying, and then come up to this race, and he had this failure which looked suspect, and then he's taking this walk. And it didn't look good. But man, I gotta say, listen, man, the supporting cast at Red Bull be on some biased bullshit. I thought it was really, really loud when Karen Christian Horney went to congratulate Perez after not getting first. And did you hear what Perez said to him, man?
What did he say?
Nothing, goddammit. He didn't say shit back to Christian. He didn't, and just before that, his engineer came across and he said, he responded to him. Christian comes across, he didn't say shit, bro. It tells you like the chemistry there is kind of getting off. And then when Perez signed too early, man. He signed way too early.
The thing is, you know what? He signed the contract because where else is he gonna go? You know, when people are like, "Oh, I'd rather a guy who treats me bad but spends money on me because at least I can cry in a Rolls Royce." He would rather cry in a Red
knew
Bull.
Tandy was gonna make that face.
You've definitely heard that one. That is on Black Twitter. That is like platinum.
What did you say?
That is platinum on Black Twitter. Oh, if I'm gonna cry, I'd rather cry in a Rolls Royce or something along.
That is actually word to Young Thug, because he tweeted, "You bitch, you go and cry in a Rolls Royce or the bus."
Ah, there you go.
Free stoner life, by the way.
Free stoner, bro. Free my guys.
Free my guys.
Free
man.
shit. If you did it, stay your ass in there.
Yeah, if you did.
I mean,
Fuck that.
If you.
Sorry.
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. All the free t-shirts be coming out. I just be like, did he do it? Like, what the fuck you doing, man? Motherfucker did it. Free for what?
We will leave that up to the Georgia county jail system. Nia,
right. Count on that.
Nia at Nia. Leclerc fans said we would get a Brazil 2021 performance out of Leclerc. Sainz bottled a win that should have been his. 20th to 5th is pretty good. Everyone's really.
No,
I mean,
it is.
I feel like that was his win, you guys. Like
that was a lot. That was nice.
Really good.
That was
really good. Really
that
good.
was nice.
Yeah. Do you want to do one each, or like, should you want to rotate, or?
Oh, my
Do
bad.
you want me to go again? I can go again.
I started looking on Instagram. My bad.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna go J ring frame. Star of the day is Lewis because that car tried to kill him Friday and he put it on the podium today. Goat things only. Obvious donkey is Alonso because duh. But Carlos, my brother in Christ, how did you not overtake him like 15 laps of DRS on fresh tires? The tires, I will say, Lewis on Friday was like, this is the worst car I've ever driven. And then he took that car to the podium. So great turnaround from Friday to Monday. Tandy.
Okay, so we have Linda Kule, I think. Linda Kule, did I pronounce that correctly?
I don't know.
Star of the day, I'll always love Lewis, and I'm glad he's back on the podium. But Charles for P5, even after constant mistakes from his team, little monkey emoji. And then we have a poo emoji next to Sainz for driving like he's afraid to win. You know, that is just the perfect definition. He drives like he's afraid to win. That was so
fucking
accurate.
good. That was good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Shit. Really
that
good.
was a good one.
I like that one.
I like that. Some person I really wanted to talk about real quick. Keith Bethel at Keith Bethel. Star Lewis. Pooh. Magnussen. Screwed his own race trying to stomp with the big dogs again. Should have just sat there and ate your food. Tiffany, New York, Pollard. Magnussen.
You should have sat there and ate your food. Okay, go on.
I love it. Also, like, New York was like one of my not first crushes, but like an early crush.
Really?
Like an early ratchet crush. You know, like I grew up in St. Albans, so I never seen like a ratchet girl before, like really.
Really?
And like New York, her and Delicious were like, for differing reasons.
I had
Obviously.
Delicious, we all know why, but
Yeah.
when you got the yams, what's the yams? But Tiffany Pollard, like, man, I used to fancy New York because she was just so ratchet. I was like, man, I know that I am the opposite of what she needs, but I need that. I need that.
my first crush was Murphy Lee.
Really? Wait, did he have the mask on though?
The Lunatics.
With the mask,
So you
though?
with that COVID look before the COVID look. Oh
Yeah.
shit, okay.
Nice.
He had the mask.
And the
You should
dreads.
see him on the Air Force video. Oh my gosh. I was like, who is this?
Wow. love it.
Mhm.
See how
You-
see how us British kids just get like hip hop culture just overtaking our little
Whoa.
brains. Postman Pat ain't doing it anymore, man.
Wow.
Magnussen. You know when Magnussen was on the outside of Lewis on the first lap, yeah.
Mhm.
Around the outside.
I was on the outside. I held my breath so
For
long
real.
because I was like, this guy's gonna give us a puncture. I could feel it. I
Yeah.
could feel it. I was like, if this guy gives us
coming.
another puncture, I'm gonna absolutely I'm gonna lose my shit. This guy doesn't learn. Why are you fucking up your whole race? You started in 5th. Now you're in you finished last. Like, do you understand? Like, why are you trying to battle Lewis Hamilton? These guys need to leave that ego at the door.
At the door.
That's not your race.
You want to
Leave that
bamba? You want to chill with the big boys?
That's
Can't
apparently
do that.
Tandy's
They bought into that
favourite
shit that
tune.
Lewis is done with. That's what happened. He bought into that shit. He thought he can get him a fucking piece, and he got at school. He got taught
He
right.
did.
Sit your ass down. Don't do it.
No, exactly. He got schooled again, and it's just
Do you know what? No. Do you know what?
Mm.
The only reason Kevin Magnussen is gassed is because of those first 2 races where you were like, Magnussen.
Damn. Yo, the energy crazy.
You lot were puffing on his smoke. You
Yeah.
were literally,
Mm.
he was smoking out the smoke, and you were like,
Blowback.
Yeah. I mean, but in perspective for Haas, he was like really doing good.
Oh no,
things
for sure.
Haas.
No, you know what?
Right.
For
You know.
sure.
Because Mick was not doing. I mean, Mick's been busy. In
but
the
it's not
salvage
hard
used
to
parts
make
business.
Mick. It's not really hard to make Mick look bad, is it?
That's right. That's true.
Let's be very
true.
honest. It's
That's
not
true.
that hard.
That's true. But when you
Damn
come up in
those
like
blondes.
5th place and you're doing good in qualifying, people's like, oh shit, somebody can do something good in a house car.
100%. But you know what? That's why you've got to keep a level head.
Mm.
Don't get too down by the negative stuff. Don't get too gassed by the nice comments.
Find the middle.
Do you find the middle ground? Find the middle ground.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I mean? Be present in the present. And in the present, you are an inferior driver to my favorite driver. Don't puncture his tires. And definitely don't mess up your own race trying to box with the gods. Donut. Absolute donut. That really annoyed me. I'm not going to lie to you.
In life, just be a George Russell. Can't do no wrong in my eyes anymore, you know.
Wait, sorry. You
Yes.
can't. What did you say about George?
That's what she
I
said.
said in life, just be a George Russell.
George Russell.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, no. For
That's
sure.
what. Yeah. That's what is going on.
No,
Like,
I thought there was some slander. I was like, wow. But no,
no, that was a good thing.
That's really good. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
George,
that was good.
George is like a prefect, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
George is Robin Horwitz. Donkey of the day, Alonso. How'd you get from 2nd to 9th? That's just an impossible task, but Alonso has managed to achieve that. Guys, there are so many replies on these things. I do love them. I wish we could go through them all. Maybe we'll just do a separate video where we get to read all these things out because some of you are hilarious. But I think that's it. I got no more. Tandy?
Oi, shout out at Stony Hawk and Rassi.dev. We're busy talking about Beatenberg. Not many people love Beatenberg, but shout out you two for being Beatenberg fans. Sorry, completely off Formula One, but shout out.
As in
you
like
two.
the cake?
See, very few know, but since we know, we got it between us, yeah.
Wow. Nice. Fair play. No, look, I love a Beatenberg. I can't get enough of it.
Please stop talking.
We're going to talk off camera. Jay. We're gonna talk off camera.
All the smoke.
Jay, thank you so much for coming on, bro. Where can people find you?
You can find me Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I got a link tree. Also, you can find me on Apple, iTunes, all podcast platforms.
Oh,
all
your
that good stuff.
podcast platforms as well.
Yes, bro, and yeah, podcast platforms too. Podbean, Apple,
Nice.
like Spotify, all of the major streams, Google, all that stuff. You know, with the smoke, try to get everybody in. Keep it real. I'm not the easiest person maybe to like, but if you accept me for who I am, I'm legit. I keep the integrity, and I just try to keep the shit real. So
No, look, I like you, and
Thanks, man.
and that's enough.
for me.
Another
And
person.
you can find me.
Where can people find you?
F1. You can find me on Quickstop
LinkedIn.
F1. You can find me on Twitter as Tandy Tweet. You can find me on Instagram as TanDDD. But you cannot find me on LinkedIn. You cannot find me on Facebook. You cannot find me on High Five, Bebo,
Bebo.
any of that stuff. Yeah. You cannot find me at my mother's address. You cannot find me at my current address. I'm just being honest, man. Invasion of
keep the shit
privacy.
Whoever
That's
done
like-
that, yeah, I've caught the brunt of that. So I just want you to know, I'm pissed off with you for making me having to do it. I feel like when your girl come back from work because the girl that she hates is pissed her off, and then she's chopping shit, just, fucking
Yes.
Karen, fucking. I've had to deal with that, and you know what? And that's fine. I'll take that on my shoulders because I care about you, and I'm sorry that happened to you. And
Thank you.
I wouldn't want that to happen to anyone, let alone you. You can find me on Munch Club TV and Quickstop F1 always. We will see you next week. Next week we have a really cool episode. We are going to talk all about the potential South African GP. So we've got a. I can't believe that. We are from Zimbabwe and South Africa, and you've just done the fucking Lion King when I've spoken about the South African Grand Prix.
I know your father.
Yeah, but at least I didn't tweet a Russell versus Hamilton tweet.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to put a poll up and say which one's worse. We're going to talk. So we're going to talk to a journalist who has spoken to people close to the Grand Prix, and we're also going to talk to the guys from the DRS Open podcast, a South African F1 podcast, all about the South African Grand Prix. I guess just F1 in South Africa, and we'll have a lovely little chat about that. And week after, it is the Tandy birthday special, British Grand Prix. We're going to be celebrating Tandy. We're going to be celebrating the British Grand Prix. So that's going to be fun. So guys, if that sounds great, make sure you're following us on social media so you get all of the latest clips and all the fan cams. Make sure you're following, subscribe to the channel, like this video if you haven't already. It's really appreciated. It really does help with the algorithm. So if you haven't already, the more people like it, the more get to see it, and the more get to see all the ridiculousness that you've seen in this episode. This is a ridiculous episode. 5-star review on Spotify. Make sure you leave an Apple review as well. And guys, we love you. We appreciate you. No matter what life throws at you, make sure to keep it on the black stuff. See you next time. Goodbye.